Right, so this is basically a highly requested video. A lot of people have actually asked me how I actually make my videos, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the whole process. So, the first thing, quite obviously, is I record the different clips. Now the camera I use is a Panasonic HDC SD800, which is a really good camcorder. So what I actually do is I put the product that I'm doing a video on my desk. I'm actually planning to do future videos, some of them outside and some of them just in different areas to change things up a bit, but that's generally where I do them. With most of my videos I tend to actually move the camera around, so I'll take different shots from various different angles, and sometimes I will just pan the camera around so you can sort of see a little bit more of what's going on, as well as getting a better view of the product from different angles. I also use the zoom feature, so I'll zoom in and zoom out sometimes to focus and unfocus on products, just to add a little bit more interest to the actual visual experience rather than just one camera sitting at one angle viewing the same product. So I also use a tripod which helps to keep things steady, and that's the Hammer Star tripod, which is a very basic one, and I might consider upgrading at the minute, but with a bit of lubrication on the joints it's actually pretty smooth. So it's not the best, but I've not really had any trouble with it, so I'll keep it for now. So when I'm actually done the recordings, I will actually remove the SD card from my camera and put them into my MacBook, which is, I suppose, one of the really good features of a MacBook is that you can just instantly just put the card straight in. You don't have to go through all the camera setup process. And once we're in, the actual video editing software I use is Final Cut Pro X. Now this is a pretty expensive software, but I have to say it's worth it, and there is a lot you can do on this, so it will pay itself off in good time. So if any of you guys are interested in getting into video editing, then I do recommend this program, but if you want a more basic sort of feature set, then iMovie is perfectly sufficient. So anyway, I will add transitions, I will trim the videos down just to get the bits where I want, because I always end up recording more than I actually need. And I will, lengthen and slow down. You can make them slow motion, all sorts of things. And once I've actually fully edited the video, then I will actually record my voice. Now, I will do this using a Blue Snowball microphone, which is honestly probably my favorite right now. I've tried a few, admittedly not loads, maybe 3 or 4, but I've tried enough and experienced enough microphones to know that this is a fairly decent piece of tech, and it costs around £50. So after this I will just drag and drop the recordings to where they actually belong, and this is actually pretty time consuming. So there's you've got to perfectly align it with what you're doing, as well as making sure that you don't overlap any, and there's not too much of a gap where you're not really saying anything. So after that I will actually full screen the video at a certain point which looks fairly interesting, take a screenshot of the page, and then what I'm actually going to do is edit it for my thumbnail. So what I normally do is, after taking the screenshot, I will open it up in a photo editing program. My favorite right now is one called Pixelmator, which is available on Mac, but I couldn't seem to find it on Windows. And basically then I will edit the picture to provide a optimal thumbnail. And this can take quite a while, sometimes up to about 10 minutes, and I'll be adjusting things like hue, saturation, exposure, all that kind of stuff, just to make the thumbnail stand out as much as possible. And then I'll add in my signature rounded edges. So the last step to this quite long-winded process is actually uploading the video. So I think of a suitable title, something that's going to be eye-catching but not misleading. You've got to be quite careful that people don't end up watching something which they think is something else. So then there's the description, and if you are again starting a new YouTube channel or you want to do videos, then there's a couple of tips that I actually have. Firstly is that write plenty of tags. I normally fill the whole box. I normally do about 8-9 lines of tags. And the second thing is, write something relevant in your description section. The first 3 or 4 lines are actually used as SEO, so relevant keywords there can actually help your videos get higher rankings. So once you've actually typed all that out, which again probably takes me another 10-15 minutes, you will choose your thumbnail and then just make sure all the other options are correct. So straight from the uploadings page you can actually add videos to playlists. You can share them on Google+, Facebook and Twitter. So after that it's done, and we just sort of sit back and wait for it to upload. And the whole process normally takes a few hours. So if any of you guys are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I thoroughly recommend it. Thanks for watching, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.